They are. Right.
You see this? Weird. Is it a flower? Wow. Weird. Weird, yes. Funny. Is that the one? Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
The front.
it's a natural.
What is it?
Bamboo.
Bamboo, that's a,
No.
man, that's fun. This is sausage tree.
What is that?
Sausage tree.
Yesterday we missed it.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Sausage tree.
Yeah.
Sticky.
Sticky tree.
Sweet potato. New Zealand?
It has to stay in the
Put that back to Barry Bonds.
Somebody.
Go back.
The flowers on that jade vine.
Okay.
It hangs it like a bandolier in strands off a vine. It's the most beautiful colour. And the gardener was telling me that it's the most unusual colour in nature, really. You don't see flowers that
Take it home to Barry Bonds. He may need those steroids.
on your Okay, just toss it.
Potato steroids.
Might have to vote more frequently.
That's our discovery for the day.
That's our discovery for the day. Here he goes. He's on to the discovery. Now we're all on board. I have to say thank you to John for taking that extra time. That was his own time this morning, so that made this possible for us. A bit of... It's a, from furniture, sound of huge buttress roots, the Moreton Bay fig trees. And these are very popular with birds. The fruit's not edible for people, but the birds and the flying foxes absolutely love them. Just to tell you what's happening tonight, I'll go back to that, David. Tonight we're going to be taken to the restaurant. We'll be dropped there to have our dinner. There'll be a Caesar salad, so over 100 years old, to Brookwood Cemetery from here to take the bodies out. And so in Australia, you know when somebody says they're crook, that Broadway. For the first time in years, and I couldn't believe how many of those they had in the street, and they parked them sort of with their back wheels against the curb because they're so sharp, they're so little, and then have all the motor scooters parked next. So there's the clock tower above, it's Marigold on the left.
Oh, I see it.
Shop. Paddy's Markets, that's P-A-D-D-Y-S, Markets in this old market building on the left. Here's the prosperity tree on the right at the bottom of Sussex Street. See the water running down? All right, with the gold on it. And as we cross through these white mice and guinea pigs, I think is it guinea pig? And young char. It's reasonably private. Did you hear that on the plane?
No.
Oh, it's a wonderful song, and he wrote that, and he lived in the United States, and he died. Skeleton Collection, that's the History Museum. The Australian New South Wales Art Gallery has got a just breathtaking.
I'd explain, this bridge across here used to be a roadway, was going to be demolished, but it was historically important for Sydney, and now it's turned into a footpath. You come down Liverpool Street from the hotel and walk around, you can cross over that and you can walk to the casino. See the casino over there with all the lights?
Yeah.
Star City Casino. That's the Maritime Museum, very easy to get to. Our restaurant's just down here.
David, can you remember that?
It's a parabolic arch. It supports its own weight. Isn't that divine? Here's the Sydney Opera House. Isn't that divine? That's one of the things you can't. Doesn't do it justice, does it? You're quite right. Isn't it beautiful? Now, Jorn Utzon designed that to look like the sails on Sydney Harbour. And some people detract. Here. The awnings have still got this street here is named after, we're crossing over the top of Hunter Street that came out with the first fleet. It's Hunter Street to the left. They've got they have all different flavours, but now that had a terrible fire in it about 25 years ago. It was going to be demolished. Unfortunately, common sense prevailed and somebody stepped in, the city fathers, and they restored it, and now we have that as a memento. Another spectacular building that was doomed for demolition is coming up on the right-hand side, and I strongly urge of fantastic clocks, and they change on the hour with scenes of Australia. Cricket, a cricket match, a corroboree, all sorts of, it's really fantastic. It was built as markets, the house markets, and it was doomed for demolition, but we had a Malaysian company with the foresight to step in and finance the restoration of the building. And there's the Queen herself, my namesake. I hope my chin's not. So you've got those three sandstone buildings. The material is readily available here. It was built on a bed. Nothing I want to see. Snakes on a plane, yeah. It's a very good way to link up the attractions around Darling Harbour if you feel that you'd like to. You can get to the Maritime Museum, the Powerhouse Museum, dropping us at the restaurant and taking us on our scenic route to the hotel.
They can only now hope against the worst. If a military invasion against Iran is a possibility, says Barham, it's to the Iranians' benefit to resolve the problem peacefully. A military invasion is not seen as something that will come anytime soon, but Iran's government has made it clear through war games that have been ongoing for weeks now that it will defend against any attack. Iranian officials.
韩国的。
Doesn't need it.
You don't want me to use a microphone. It sounds terrible now. Sounds disgusting. Sounds un-Australian. Ladies and gentlemen, whilst you're on the coach, just before Vicky comes back, I'll just let you know, in Australia, seatbelts must be worn where a seatbelt is fitted, okay? So
to put the parking area in. In the process of doing that, they had to dig well down underneath patterns running around.
American Express.
Now this is Hyde Park. I think it was the Lees and the Wangs went for a run through here this morning. The cenotaph on the right, there's a shrine of remembrance down there at the end. Well worthwhile having a look in there. The Australian Museum, many of you have asked about that. If you want to come here, you come out of the hotel and you walk up on the spires. The spires are actually the newest part to finish the cathedral, which had been sort of under construction for some 100 years. The reason they never finished it was because they didn't have to pay taxes on it until it was completed. It's in Sydney. Macquarie, named after a Sydney hospital on the right. With the boar, there's a big pig or boar over on the right. People touch its nose for good luck, so it's nice and shiny. Now, Wayne tells me that today, late 60s, early 70s, they started pulling down all the beautiful old buildings and replacing them with modern things. The State Library, or Mitchell Library as we call it, is on the right-hand side. The old part at the front faces the mission is there until 15th of October. So look at the posters on the right-hand side in the windows that are hanging here on the library, immediately to your right. Heritage Collection, National Treasures. These are all on display in the library free of charge. You'll hear about the design competition that was held for the Sydney Opera House whilst you're on. Government House was built for the Governor of New South Wales, but the Governor of the New South Wales Governor now lives in their own residence, and this is a public building. That's the Conservatorium of Music. Buildings are on the left-hand side with the Sydney Opera House. Now, since September 11, we can't park any longer on the walkway, so we unfortunately have to walk across the hill. Now, the car will be...
啊，怎么样？里面不能找哈。啊，对。
Just walk down. It's the end of the shop displayed there. Okay. There's a toilet on the way past.